I worked for a national builder, we had our sales quota. And with this builder, not only did we have a sales quota, but we also had a quota called a DFT. Anybody know what that DFT stands for?
No.
Deal fell through. Imagine this is a company that gives you a quota for you to have deals that fall through. As a commission-based salesperson, I hated, well, no, I had a love-hate relationship with the DFTs because I could understand the concept behind those DFTs. And the reason that the company wanted me to have a DFT is because it showed that I was pushing the limits. I was risking getting a rejection. I was risking putting myself out there to someone who I knew might not buy or didn't have the qualifications to buy, or they weren't ready to buy. Maybe they were indecisive. But by pushing them or influencing them to take that step, even if it became a DFT, it was a risk. And that's what the company wanted. They wanted to make sure that you were asking for that sale, that you were stepping out of your comfort zone. Now, risk is hard for us. As humans, we don't want to take risk. And that brain up here, it's wired so that it doesn't want us to take risk. Anytime we're put in a position that could be a risk, that brain is sending out an alert like it's a runaway train ready to hit a catastrophe. So more often than not, we are not going to take a risk because we're not trained to do so. Today, though, as we move forward and you have these 3 success hacks, I want you to think about times in your life that you did take a risk, or as you move forward in 2021, where you need to take a risk. And let's start with, what can you imagine you yourself being on 12/31/21? What does your future self look like? What do you want to accomplish? How do you want to grow? Because when you answer any of those questions, you're taking a risk because you're stepping outside of your comfort zone. So the first hack that I am going to share with you that you can implement immediately is called Flip It. And Flip It came about one snowy night when I was coming home from my son's basketball game in Bradford, PA. Now, anybody have kids, or you know kids, or you know someone in the family that has had someone who plays a sport? It's crazy what we do. I drove 4 hours one way to watch a 2-hour game to drive 4 hours back. And on the way back, because it was a winter day like we have outside today, and on this night, I came across a whiteout as I was coming through Erie. And I'm gripping the steering wheel and I'm saying, please don't wreck, please don't wreck, please don't wreck. And then I realized, MJ, what are you doing? You're telling yourself, don't wreck, but you're bringing a wreck into your universe here. And with that, I thought, oh my goodness, I need to flip it. So I started chanting, safe and sound, safe and sound, safe and sound, safe and sound. And for the next 2 hours, I chanted safe and sound all the way home. And I made it home safely. And I had a bit of fun. Can you imagine if somebody was across from me in a car, they probably thought I was nuts sitting there, or they thought I was dancing to the music as I was doing safe and sound. Now, if you have a sheet of paper near you, I would like you to take that sheet of paper, and I'd like you to take and put a line down the middle. And then on the left side of the piece of paper, write negative. And on the right side of the piece of paper, positive. Now, this is what I call flip it. On that left side under negative, take a negative thought that you have had. Write it down. It can be something you've recently had, or maybe it's one that you have time and time again. And then take a few seconds. How can you flip it to a positive? Similar to what I did, I had taken it from please don't wreck to safe and sound. So once you have that positive thought, the next step is to say it out loud 3 times. And here's why flip it works. Number one, you're letting go of the negative. You're writing it down. You're getting it out of your head. Number two, you flipped it to a positive and you wrote down the positive. Number three, you said it out loud. You made that affirmation, and it's write it down, make it happen. Affirm it, make it happen. So now you've made that a concrete message in your head, and that's why it works. And the more you implement this simple technique, the easier it becomes. Now, I've had people say, MJ, but you don't know what I've been through. And I'll say, I don't know. No one really knows what happens behind someone's door. However, what I do know is our words, whether they're internal or we speak them, they're external, they drive actions and emotions. And when we allow them to drive actions and emotions, we lose control. And I'm going to do a short test here with you. And I'm going to say 5 words. And on those 5 words, I want you to use your emojis there on how it makes you feel. And it doesn't have a thumbs down, so either use the oh or use the tears. Magic wand, Buzz Lightyear, journey, boyfriend, and guest. So I see a lot of thumbs up there. Okay, now I'm going to flip it in the other direction. Chemo, radiation, treatment plan, IV, and patient. I don't see any happy emojis there. I see one there. Now, both of those 5 sets on one side, 5 words on the other side, they mean the same thing because I flipped those negative words. Because let's face it, magic wand sounds so much better than chemo. Buzz Lightyear, you hear Buzz Lightyear, you have to get a smile. And it sounds so much better than radiation. Treatment, well, it's a journey. And again, when we're on a journey, it makes us feel better. And you know that IV I was hooked up to for 7 hours? Well, I had to take that IV in the bathroom with me, so he became my boyfriend. Because if I was taking someone in the bathroom, he better be a boyfriend. And doesn't that sound like fun? And then I drove all of the doctors and the RNs crazy because I refused to be called a patient. I was a guest because I wasn't staying. Even under uncontrollable circumstances, even something out of our control, we can control what we say and what we think. So now that we know how to flip it, now that we got it out of our head, what happened with those negative things, those negative words, it controls our body. Think about the last time you were late somewhere and you were thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to be late. I'm going to be late. And you're frustrated. Maybe it was traffic, and it impacts your body language. What happens whenever we have a negative thought, our head slumps down, our shoulders slump in, and our body language is smaller. So we need to offset that. And to offset it, I have what's called the reset button. And I won't make you get up since we're all seated. However, this is something you can do standing, but we can do it sitting too. So if you were standing, you would have your feet shoulder width apart. So sitting, what we're going to do, and you do this too when you're standing, you're going to clasp your hands together, turn them inside out, and then you're going to take them all the way up and stretch as tall as you can stretch. When we do this, what we do is we opened our diaphragm and we just made our body larger. So we reset our body there. Now, the next piece to this is say, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited. Say it with me. I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited.
I'm excited.
Awesome. Okay, go ahead and release. Give yourself kudos for doing it. Yes. Thank you for participating. Now, the reason that works is because you opened up your body whenever you stretched. You opened up your diaphragm and you changed your mindset by saying, I'm excited. You've taken into, not only did you reset your body, you also reset your mind. Anytime you are nervous or you feel anxious, do the reset button and also say, I'm excited, I'm excited, I'm excited, because it changes your mindset from problem to solution. So those are two techniques in Power Up, because these two techniques give you the verbal power and it gives you the non-verbal power. Got it?